Governor Gavin Newsom made his way to Washington, D.C. today. This is part of his push to get disaster relief to the Los Angeles area to help people recover from those devastating wildfires. KCRA 3's Ashley Zavala joins us now. So, Ashley, does the governor plan to meet with the president?
Well, Edie, at last check, the governor's office told us he was still finalizing his schedule as of this afternoon, so it's not clear if he'll actually meet with the president just yet. Now, this trip comes a little less than 2 weeks after President Donald Trump visited Los Angeles to tour wildfire devastation and meet with first responders. This is video from that day. The governor briefly met with the president when he landed in Los Angeles, and both there vowed to work together on the recovery effort. Now, the governor's office told us this week in D.C., Newsom plans to meet with members of the Trump administration and members of Congress to secure disaster relief for the L.A. area. But again, it's still not clear who is on the governor's schedule. So, since Republicans control federal funding, I checked in with Republican Congressman Kevin Kiley tonight.
We're working out the aid package here, and we're doing it in a bipartisan way. Gavin Newsom, who's a hyper-partisan governor, who's, is notorious for sort of making everything about himself and making it about his own publicity. His presence here is not helpful to anyone. And if he actually was serious about being productive, he would go back to Sacramento. He would acknowledge some of the mistakes that have been made, the policy failures that we've had as a state, and would commit to fixing them.
Is the governor planning on meeting with any members of your conference or you or any California Republicans who really do have sway in the nation's budget at this point?
I doubt it. I haven't heard from him. And, he's really, honestly, and it speaks to what his purpose is. He's not trying to actually help. He's getting in the way, actually, of the work we're trying to do to get folks relief. He's trying to get attention.
Now, this trip comes less than a day after California lawmakers approved millions for legal battles and immigration services in a special legislative session the governor called to prepare for the president. The governor, though, has not yet signed those bills. Golston, back to you.
That is interesting. Okay, Ashley, thanks.